All right, so this is very similar to my last video, but it's a much better video. So that last video was the literal worst video, like the most down that I've ever been in my life. I was hopeless and I just didn't know what to do, and I thought I would never just come out on top, or not really come out on top, but make it. But I'm doing a lot better now. I just woke up, so that's kind of why like my tone is just down, I guess. But I literally just woke up. But I wanted to make a video. Like I said, I document literally just about every single day. Like I do it every day. A lot of times I don't. I might not upload the I guess specific video that I try to make because it might not like be good. But so the job thing I've really been stressing about for a very long time, like literally like more than a month. And I've been stressing about it, and I've been calling people, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and whatever. And the most money I ever made was working at this place that I'm about to go back to. And the reason that I didn't want to in the first place, even though they kept like begging me to come back, was I was in a different department, and it was just it was a very toxic environment. Yeah, I made like good money, and I definitely knew that I didn't want to go back there unless I had to. Like, it was kind of getting to the point. But fortunately, one of my most favorite jobs, I think it is my favorite job ever that I worked at, was with me and Jonathan. We worked at that pellet place. I got to drive a forklift all the time, literally just all the time. And now I'm going to be able to do that full time over here. And I'm coming in at a lucky time once again, because think about this. Last year, first started this same job last year, June 2024. When I first started, we got an 80 cent raise. And now that I'm starting again, the end of this month, we get another 80 cent raise. So it's probably the highest pay, like if we're talking about like dollars per hour or just like pay per hour, hourly pay, this job is the highest for sure. I'll be in a completely different department, and it's around people that I enjoy, would enjoy working with, older people. Let me just say that. Like I said, it's another 80 cent raise. So we'll be making $18.10 an hour. But overtime is like $27 an hour. And obviously I'll be getting a lot of that whenever I can, just because I like to make money. But I really do. Yeah, I worked a lot of hours, which, it was kind of up to me. Like, I purposely worked, I was working 60, 70 hours a lot of times. But I miss that feeling of literally just swapping my card and not like stressing over it. Like, when I got my Kia Soul last year, I paid $2,000 down for that car, and when I went to pull out the $2,000 cash in my bank account, I had like $3,700 in my account, and that's the most money I've ever had. And let me just say this, that was like, pretty sure that was 3 weeks of saving, a month of saving. Yeah, it was a lot of hours, but obviously, if I want anything, I've got to go this route. That's you know, that's the thing that keeps going in my mind is if I want, because I have nothing to claim really. Like I have the clothes on my back, the clothes in the house. I have my phone, my charger, hygiene stuff, shoes, whatever, clothing. That is the only thing I have anymore. Like I used to have, a couple of phones. I used to have a full, PC setup. I had, a whole setup. I had a PS5. I've had multiple PS5s, multiple Xbox Series X's. And if I want anything like that again, I have to work. I have to make money. And that's one thing that I'm glad about, because with this job, I can do everything that I've been wanting to do. I mean, with this job, I can afford to live on my own. I can afford to have a whole entire house. I can afford to have a car payment and insurance. I can afford for internet bill. I can afford utilities. I can afford, like I said, food. I mean, I can afford gas. I can and have so much money left to save, because obviously I'm getting a car first. Then I'm gonna get a house, and I'll probably stay here for after I get the house. I'll probably stay here for maybe another week or two, and then probably go all out and buy start trying to furnish it. Because I just, once I get some furniture and stuff in there, I'll be obviously, I'll be living there. And speaking of the living situation, so I know I've been saying something about me and Jonathan moving in together again and splitting the bills and doing this. The main reason that I wanted to do that was because it's a good lesson, not only just for him, but it's a good, life lesson learned for me. But I definitely think that he needs that more than I do, because I'm really I'm ahead just because of how my school worked out, and how, which I'm a year older than him in general, but still, I do think that he needs to do something like that, because I don't think he realizes how close of a verge that he is on to potentially losing everything. Yeah, he don't really have many people to fall back on, but he does have a couple people, and it's not very stable people to fall back on, in my opinion. I ain't gonna get too much in detail on that. But if he were to move in with me, we split the bills and everything. That gets him out of his dad's and aunt's house. He can keep the same job that he has. His dad can come pick him up, because it's still going to be in the same town that we live in. It teaches him some life lessons, budgeting, doing this and that, calculating how much you spend, whatever. I guess a sense of freedom, even though he already has that, kind of. He was kind of lucky with that. But I guess more of a sense of freedom. And I mean, it's a life lesson learned. It helps so much when you have somebody else to rely on. You got two people bringing in paychecks, especially one bringing in really good paychecks. I mean, you just got all of this, all the potential, we could do it for maybe a couple of years, however long we need until we're ready, because I already know what I want to do. But I think it'd be a really, really good idea for us to move in, split the rent, or split the bills in general. That gives us money to be able to, even him, he only works part-time. Most of the time he only works part-time. He doesn't get paid hardly anything, but he does get paid enough where he can pay, put something towards bills, but also you know, um, I don't know. But I've really been thinking on it the last couple of days, and I don't think I want to do it anymore. Only because of how it's been the last couple of days. He says he's not doing what he was doing a couple months ago, but I do know for a fact that he is. I know that for a fact. I mean, it is 2025. People are more internet and device, cell phone, computer, mainly, cell phone coded than we've ever been before. It takes about 10 seconds to open up a notification and reply back. And it takes about 5 to 10 seconds to open up, Instagram or Snapchat or messages or whatever and send a text saying, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to do this anymore because I'm busy, or I just don't want to hang out. I'm sorry. I mean, can we do it another day or do this and that? But no, he chooses to do it the weird way, and the way that, I kind of figured that he'd be doing it, because it's done happened so many times. Not only that, but I don't think he realizes how well I know him and how well he should know me. We've been friends for, I think, 8 years. No, 7 years. We've been friends for 7 years. And we hang out. We used to hang out a lot. Like every single day. Like I said, we lived in the same place for about 2 months. So, and I don't think he realizes how well I know him. I feel like he thinks that he does stuff a certain type of way, and it just, maybe because like I know exactly when because he'll do some type of like weird stuff where I know he's not gonna want to hang out. He does some stuff to where he doesn't want to say anything to try to make me mad, which I'm not even like that anymore at all. Like I barely even get mad anymore, like at all. I'm not how I was like a year ago, 2 years ago. But it really gets to me for some reason, only because it's happened before with Jacob. I've given, Jacob a couple opportunities. Actually, I've given him 2 opportunities to move down there in the apartment with me and Jonathan at the time. Because I had a 3-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. 3-bedroom. And that would have been perfect for, us 3. But no. And it doesn't hurt. I don't really care as much as I'm thinking out loud. But it does kind of get to me just because I know how hard it is to be able to, do everything on your own, especially when you have to. You cannot rely on your dad to send you money every single week, when you're short on, bills, or when you're short on, gas money to work. And another thing with the Jonathan situation that I was trying to think of, but I just remembered. If he literally went, this is his 6th time taking the permit test, because he's 18, but he keeps failing the permit test, so that he can't get his license. He has to pass the permit test before he gets his license in the state of Mississippi, even though he's 18, technically an adult. But you have to pass the permit test, and this is his 6th time taking it. And I told him to let me know how it went, and he didn't literally text back. I kind of got mad, so I just kept unsending everything that I sent, because it was just like, forget it, whatever. And then I looked at about 9:30 last night, because I sent that at like maybe 4 o'clock. And I looked last night, and I think he said he was active at like 9:50. And I'm like, okay, why are you just now getting active? I know exactly why. I'm gonna be honest. I'll never be able to do a band, to have a band with him. I'll never be able to create music with him like I wanted to. Like we all, wanted to at first. And that is one thing that I'll say none of it was my fault. Because I tried everything. But it just didn't work. I mean, I don't really know anymore. I guess every time this happens, there's a Juice WRLD song. It's actually just sessions. It's Juice WRLD. I think it's a game sessions. Where it's like, I'd rather walk the lonely road, not the phony road. These people ain't real. Walk the lonely road, not the phony road. I mean, it's very true, because that's just how my life is. And that's not even cliche. No weird cringe stuff. That's literally how my life has went. And it's just best to walk the lonely road. You don't want to mess with the phony road. The phony road is the things that are around me right now. The fake people, the, weird people, the people I can't rely on, I can't trust. Those are the phony people. So I have to walk the lonely road. I mean, it's just... I mainly just want to do good and help other people. And I can't even have a conversation with him because he's not texting. He's not texting. And I'm not gonna sit here and I should be texting him. I've put too much effort. If he's not gonna text me, then it's done. I mean, it's not very hard. He gives hints. I mean, if he was in the hospital right now dying, that's understandable. I don't understand anymore. I mean, we were supposed to go eat somewhere last night after he got back from taking the permit test. Didn't hear a single word from him. I don't know. I've heard him say one time that whenever he starts getting a full-time job, that he's not going to be doing anything once he gets home. Dog, you may have worked a full-time week this week, but bro, you do not work full-time. And what are you doing, bro? I worked 70-something hours a week last year and still was keeping the roads hot. Had plenty of time to do stuff. And I was working like 70 hours a week. He works like 30 on a good week, 30 on a great week. He averages 20 to 30. Like, bro, I was literally working triple the hours that you were working. And I mean, like, bro, I do not understand. This is the only thing. I'm not even mad. I'm more confused. I just wished somebody would tell me if I did something or what's going on, or this and that. Because we literally just started hanging out again. Like, we did this no contact stuff for 2 months for absolutely no reason. And according to him, it was just a focus on himself to figure out what he wanted to do. Bro, you got nothing done. Like, you still have no idea what you're gonna do. That 2 months, I mean, we are 19. I'll be 20 years old this year. You're gonna be 19. This is not freshman year of high school. Like, I'm almost 2 decades old. I'm nearly 20, bro. You're nearly 19. I don't understand. Like, you don't take care of stuff this way. You take care of it by talking. You don't take care of it by ghosting people, or you don't take care of it now I understand in certain circumstances, like some of my family members that I had to ghost. I had no choice and I didn't want to do. That's one thing. But this is completely different. Like, I don't understand how, like, I don't know, what is going on, bro? Like, you're not doing anything today, and it's no text, nothing, bro. Like, I guess it's done again. But like I said in my other video, like, we went 2 months without talking, and he randomly hit me up on Instagram, and something told me in my head not to reply, not just to keep on with the no contact ghosting part. Do not even text him back. Block him if that. Something told me to not try it again. And I thought it was going good at first until we started this band stuff, and he got burnt out within 3 days. I wasn't gonna say am I right or am I wrong, but I do know for a fact that I'm right about this, because I've done it before, and I've done research, and I've spoke with other people who are better musicians. Especially when you were on the come up, you have to work every single day, as many days as you can. Work. Whether that be your job, whether that be working on the band, especially when we're just starting out. You have to work. If you get burnt out on stuff within 2 or 3 days, you cannot start. You can't do it. And if you're not willing to learn why you need this and why you need this, that about when it comes to music, maybe you don't need to be doing music. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Me and Jacob are forever done. I don't really care. I could give, I don't even know what I could give. I couldn't give anything because I don't care. I don't care. I've been through a lot in my life, especially the last couple of years, and Jonathan knows that. He definitely knows. That they both know that, actually. So the most important thing to me right now is focusing on me, focusing on myself. I've literally been eating so well. Eating so well to me is barely eating, but like I've been eating, good, right, the right way for me to lose weight. And I'm feeling better right now than I've felt in a long time, physically. I don't feel near as bloated, and I have so much longer to go, or so much more to go. So, I don't know, but I'll keep making some videos, some updates, see what's going on. And, it's whatever. You can't get nobody to answer the phone anymore, it's whatever. That's what YouTube's for. You'll come across it eventually. I don't really care. But for now, I have to focus on me.